up, guys? Back at it again. Getting ready to send some stuff home. Old Mopar. It's been a long project for us and the customer, but it's getting out of here, making more room for our own personal C10 stuff. My dad's got some really cool stuff going on with his. He's got a pile of parts, nice parts. He's got his motor chugging right along. See if we can throw some pictures in there for that. I'm gonna get this thing boxed up, all the extra parts, painted the marker lights the other day. See if we can get it put out. Get it put outside and make some room to get some C10 parts in here. I got a square body I want to get started on. Picked it up in a deal after I got rid of big Bondo, the 99, the one that I shouldn't have sold. But moving forward, we're gonna do something with it. I got the motor for this thing, but trying to make it look like a truck, knock down some bad body work from whoever was doing stuff before, not pointing fingers, but it's rough. We're gonna spray it with the doors off. I'm gonna go ahead and do some undercoat in a few areas. I'm normally not a fan of undercoat, but in this case, this truck's gonna be a nice driver. See if we can get it primered and ready for base clear, because it's all took apart. So we'll see what we end up with. You guys might remember this Old Faithful from the last video. Hopefully we don't need to get the jump box out. It's a clean old car. Somebody had started a restoration years ago, and we had to get that shot with the camera to match, to cut in. So we didn't do the engine bay, but glad we did the same color. We're gonna, here's the, yeah, these are the old marker lights. We got new lenses for them, but they're color matched. These things, man, people have no clue all the stuff it takes, the bumpers that have to come off these cars, the nuts and bolts that come off with it, that are 90% of the time gonna break and have to be replaced. Same with all your electrical connections and inner fender well liners and everything, all the way down to when we tried to take the chrome off of this car, none of us knew that it was going to be rotted behind the cowl. When the glass came out of the car, they took the trim off and the vinyl top. That's why it's not finished. The vinyl is getting a vinyl top, black vinyl top. That when he took the vinyl top off, nothing was going to be left. So this was a decent driver car that he kind of got stuck with. As soon as he got it, it started going bad. We had to do a ton of metal work. This is a cool old car, man, but man, not being prejudiced to Mopar, I am not a Mopar guy, especially after this car. But it's got gremlins, man. It might start, it might not. Some days it's a good day, and it'll fire right off. Let's see if today's a good day or not. Built 383, get rid of fuel pumps. Nope, not a good day. Guess I gotta get the jump box. Always something, never fails. Well, that's interesting. It really helps if you have it plugged in. I was complaining that not bad. That could have been a me thing. Rarely ever happens, but that might have been a chance of a Chevy issue. Let's see. All right. Maybe we can get a little bam, boom. Not it. Nope. Alright, so we're gonna let that ferment a little bit. We're just gonna go and get the trunk popped, let this ride. On to the next. Alright, back to this thing. It's not a show car. We done good. We done the best we could in a budget on this car. Back to what I was saying earlier, there were so many what we call unforeseen circumstances. Like in the construction trade, you would do a change order. Well, it's kind of hard to do that with some of this stuff. You tell somebody one price and then they come back and have to spend a lot more. I didn't know it was there. They didn't know it was there. It was hard to really have a real grasp of, the scope of work. A lot of this stuff looks great from the surface, dude. This car didn't look, much worse than this when he got it. And it just instantly went to crap. It's hard to tell what's underneath all these old cars unless you take and you sandblast them, put them on a rotisserie. Guess what? That's $100K easily, at least 75. There's no way around it. There's a lot of ways you can cut corners, especially when you know how to do it yourself. I would never pay that to have it done. This thing turned out pretty good for what it is. Looks a hell of a lot better than it did. Wheel tubs, full pan, outer skirts, all seam sealed. I would like to do like a nice speckled Gravtex liner or something in there, but that costs extra money. We just ended up getting these put back in yesterday. Taillights have to come out. Those bezels are cast. They had to be painted separate from the headlight. That's extra. All of those letters had to come off. They're nut and bolted on the back. The key, the bumper. Same with this over here. All of this was replaced all the way around. We took the trunk gasket off and there was nothing. Guess what? They don't make some of these. You know who did? Exactly. We base cleared the underside. It's not a show car, but it looks good. Package tray, under package tray, and all the way back up into here. All got replaced. These panels that are up there, don't mind the dry spray. This thing's got 5 coats of high solids clear and will be buffed at least from the belt line, from the vinyl top down. Dude, when I say we have a lot of time in this thing, that's an understatement. My dad had weeks of metalwork he put in this thing. We're very in-depth. A lot of people don't realize, okay, underneath this trunk floor, guess what? There's a gas tank, and there's gas tank straps that are rotted. So when you take that gas tank out, and it's full of old gas, that's a whole process to get the tank out, the fuel lines out, and make it where we can even come in there and cut out what's there, with not replacing the outer quarters that somebody done years ago that looked terrible. Normally, I'm not saying, the best money can buy. That would be the way we would normally do it. This car should have got stripped completely and blasted. And it didn't. It just wasn't there. It ain't in the budget. A lot of times it's not. 75-80% of your car shows, SEMA included, if it's a classic, they're covered in primer and filler and layers and layers and layers. The detail work's just not there on a lot of them. Like with this one, we did go a little further than we planned, with the base clear. All this up to get this base clear underneath, you have to put at least a 2K primer down. You have to get it really slick to look that good with a high metallic paint. The whole process, I can put some pictures in here also, is like when it comes to getting paint this nice everywhere. The door jambs, underside the car, inside of all this stuff, the stuff that a lot of people do not see, which brings the quality up and the resale value of the car, is how to get it there. We have to paint these things 2 and 3 times, dude. I tell people all the time, if you want a nice play, we got to paint it twice. That's a real saying. And then guess what? When I give it back to you and it goes to an interior shop, they're going to mess it up too, and it's going to come back again. So half the time when these cars leave, they're not ready to go just out to, go straight to SEMA, dude. No, it ain't like that, dog. You can't tell me that there ain't going to get something scratched before it comes back. That's why I don't even waste the time to do a full polish. That's a whole nother video, whole nother world of really paint correction. A lot of times, like this car, I'll take it all the way down to 600. 600 all the way back up to 5,000 wet. a 3-stage 3M polish most of the time, depending on if the money's there. And you have show quality results. Is it worth it? Does it have sentimental value? You just trying to make a quick buck, flip it? I'll pretty much sell just about any of them. Well, that's pretty much it for all the parts besides the glass. But we didn't even take the glass out. So many loose parts with this thing that have nothing to do with anything we did. So, FYI, if you're getting your stuff worked on somewhere, don't take all the stuff over there that you don't have room for storage. And it's raining. And we got a metal roof, and it's Florida. Great. Damn, thing fired up. I think that jump box is jumping. Joe Dirt would kill for this thing, dude. No more. Alright. So, back on this thing. We got the doors off of it last week. I got to get the latches and chrome and vent windows out of it. Apparently vent windows are like $700 now. So that's great. See if we can get these mirrors off. Definitely not putting them back on. I don't know. Might put them back on. I don't know. What do y'all think? I got new felts, rubbers, mic spring for all new latches and internals. Mic, really? All day, every day. That's ridiculous. We got good. Wow. Okay. Let's try this again. Dude. Love old trucks, man. I just love them. Why do I do this, dude? Yeah, you know. Vent windows ain't that big deal. Yeah, right. Dude, this sucks. This is the worst part of doing square bodies. The vents, the rubbers. I would rather do metal work all day, but finally got this thing out. Blood, sweat, everything. Oh, why don't you leave them in there? There ain't nothing wrong with them. Look at all this, dude. These things look terrible. And it's broke. And they put like roofing tar in here. That's kind of like what was fighting me. Roof, like some whatever this shit is they had glued in. It wasn't supposed to be in there, but they gone. All right, dude. Got the mirrors done. Got the locks and the handles pulled. All the felts and most of the internals. Got all the hardware, windows, everything off the doors down to the bare frame. They're nasty. They're grubby. They got rust. They got Bondo. First things first, we're only going to use 3 sandpapers on this whole thing, beginning to end, all the way till it goes to paint. Now it's 80 grit, 180 grit, and 320. Right now we're just focused on feathering everything out with 80 grit. Knock everything down, all the obvious stuff, what I like to call a screamer. Anybody can see it. Get all that stuff squared away and taken care of. There are a few dents that I might have to put a stud gun on. I don't know. We'll get into that as we go. But we're going to feather them out, get them cleaned up, and we got to see what we got. Get some primer on them, some high build, and start playing. Alright, so this is what we got. Whew. So you can see the factory two-tone. The truck only looks to have been painted one time. We got a little dent right here. We got a goose egg high spot here. Got a little filler at the bottom of the door. This is also another high spot with a low spot with a high spot. So might sound a little extra, but I'll actually take and wipe this whole area with a light coat of filler after I take this guy and bing these down, like a little bit of bing, 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 bing. Alright, dude, keep this short and sweet. Bondo Mixing 101. Obviously, no sissy mittens. This is 100% real. You'll thank yourself later. Buy you a box of gloves. But anyway, Bondo board mixing tray. These are super convenient and sanitary. Every time you get done, you just peel the paper off and throw it away. Freaks a lot of people out, dude. It's not rocket science. We'll take about that much. We got a little more. Okay, that's enough. And everybody's always like, oh, how do you know how much to put in there? You always want to go more than you need. You never want to put filler down and it never set. See how big your puddle is? Go all the way across it with this. Watch. Shout out to Mark Trentham, my first mentor in the street rod world. Gave me a saying, and it stuck with me for a long time. You're never gonna win if you put it on thin. If you put it on thick, it'll always do the trick. You gotta work in a timely fashion. If not, you'll have a hard plate of Bondo. Just gonna wipe this area because this is my main area of concern. You wanna lay your filler down as smooth as you can because it makes sanding it off way easier. All the little lines that your blade leaves are normally a high or low spot. Alright, I knocked the top off of it with 80 grit on my DA. Now we're gonna get on it with a block. This is the worst part. And then do it again. Hey, what's up guys? Got late on us last night. We had to wrap up the Roadrunner for pickup today and didn't make it back to the door. We'll finish the door up here in a few, but we're gonna go ahead and get this thing moved, give y'all a run around of it so we can get the 66 in here. Little walk around of this thing. Brand new 39.5s, I think on 15s. 0 miles, brand new. All new suspension, all new lift. It's got some nice headers on it. Still a stock 350. Everything's new from hub to hub. He's already had it re-geared, new axles. Like it's sit on kill, but it's eat up with rust, dude. This truck runs great. Ice cold AC, new exhaust, suspension, everything. Got like nice interior, sweet seats. This thing runs mint, dude. Good Heims. I don't know about the color, but Brian's pretty undecided too. What y'all think? What color? Talked about doing it victory red, talked about doing it white again, talked about doing it pearl white. We just done the tailgate not long ago, and that's what triggered all of this, because the tailgate looks substantially better than the rest of the truck. But we'll get more to this in the future. Oh, she did not want to shut off. Dang, I'm not short. So started right up, drove in on our own. I'm going to show y'all our overhead gantry setup and how we take beds off with just a 2-man crew, sometimes 1-man crew. But I got to get this bed. This is a bed in a bed. I got to get the new bed, the cool bed, out of the old ugly bed, and then we can start lifting it. This is a bed, I'll show y'all this bed I just did on another truck we're about to introduce to the channel. It's like a 70, I think it's 78 square body, really big horsepower truck, really nice truck, but we're making it way nicer. We yanked the bed off of it and sent it to sandblast to get all the bed liner off of it. I got tons of footage on all that stuff when we did it. So check it out. Back to the square body doors. I got them finished blocked. Took it down to 80, finished them and feathered them in 180. I have a Graco Finex primer gun. We're about to mix up 2 to 3 coats of high build primer. I'll give y'all a breakdown of that. This part freaks a lot of people out. It's not that hard, guys. It really isn't. Here's the primer, 2 parts. Tells you right here it's 4:1. I like to reduce it with a urethane reducer. Gets it a little bit thinner, helps it flash also, depending on what the temperature's like. So, these mixing cups, 4:1. We want a lot, that would be the 6. So we're gonna put 4 parts primer, 1 part activator, and then we're gonna reduce it to the 1 with urethane reducer. So, it's not that hard. Well, now we got the doors primed. Not a lot I can do with them until tomorrow. It is a little chilly out. Take a little bit of extra time to let it harden before we can sand it. My intentions are to get this cab painted and the doors painted, firewall, interior painted, anything needs to be painted on the cab, including the rear frame, before I put my motor and drivetrain in, unless somebody buys it before then. So I'm gonna start cleaning up the frame day by day also. There's a ton of stuff on this thing that it ain't up to par. No shock. All this gotta go. I gotta get this color off of here. I just want the frame black. Well, that escalated quickly. Got it cleaned up. Went ahead and cut a cross member, the rear cross member out. Exhaust hangers, bunch of other nasty crap. Put some more welds in this thing. Got it looking a lot better. That's the bracket and the hangers. See, I got good penetration. Same on this side. Got it in there. Looks a lot slicker. What's up, guys? All right, stayed late last night. Got this thing painted. You cannot tell me that it doesn't look a million times better. No, but that gray paint had to go. I don't even know what the hell that stuff was, but they done a good job cleaning it. But the matte finish, check this out. Way better. I also trimmed the inside, cut them smooth, and tapered them into the stock frame. So the notches actually fit now. Finished out the plug welds, welded them in, so now I'm not scared to do a burnout and the truck break in half. Back to these hunks of junk from yesterday. Trying to make chicken soup out of chicken poop. But little did they know, we are about to whip up some cordon bleu. Now y'all listen up, I'm about to teach y'all something. Drop a little knowledge on y'all. The key to expensive paint, nice paint, show quality paint. There's only like one or two things besides a lot of money. And if you ain't got that, it's skill. The other little secret is, you guessed it, more block sanding and guide coat. That's the key, guide coat. It's as basic as it gets. Short and sweet, all it is like ground up charcoal. Literally. Got a little applicator pad. My dad loves this shit, and he goes a little overboard with it every time. Watch. Once again, it's not rocket science. All we're going to do is block it down with 180. Go ahead and get you a good blower. You want to keep your sandpaper clean. This is going to show you where all the flaws are that I didn't see yesterday when I roughed it in. We're going to reprime it again. If there's any low spots, we're going to put Bondo on it. And then we're going to prime it and do a finish block with 320. All right, dude, check it out. See that? Boom. Didn't even see that yesterday. There's a few little small spots. Still got charcoal in them. That means that's a low spot. We had one right up here in the door that we didn't even know was there. But on a square body, even if you can't feel it, you can see it. And that's enough to know it's there. We want that side profile to be. All right, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode. I'm going to go ahead and put some filler in those low spots, repeat the whole process, block it with 80, finish it with 180, 2 more coats of primer. Don't forget, every panel on the truck has to go through the same process. The roof, the bedside, the you name it, everything. The firewall, the doors, which we just did. I don't want to bore y'all. We also got our buddy Thomas from Super Duper South stopping by. He's bringing us another body. Let us go ham on that. Got some airbrushing coming up in the next video or two. Some chopper, old school metal flake, photo transfer. If you're interested in that, be sure to like and subscribe. Tell your homeboys about it. If you like it, let us know. If you don't, let us know. Leave a comment. We appreciate y'all. Thank you. We gone.